Chicago hasn't had an iconic player to root for since Michael Jordan. Derrick Rose may be the closest thing to iconic in recent memory, at least when he was in his prime. The way the media talks up Caleb Williams has caused this guy to gain many fans along his journey.
But he's that good where he could be the number one in each draft class.
You know, again, I think he's the best prospect when you put it all together of this group.
But he sure does have his share of haters as well.
He is not special. He is not something unique like a Patrick Mahomes.
Williams is arguably the most hyped prospect in NFL history, which begs the question, is Caleb all hype? Or is he the real deal? In his Heisman Trophy-winning season in 2022, he threw for 4,537 yards, 42 touchdowns, and only 5 interceptions. Oh, and he also rushed for 382 yards and 10 touchdowns on top of that. This guy has flashed on the field throughout his time in Norman with the Sooners, and even when he followed Lincoln Riley to Los Angeles. But you all knew that already, didn't you? His name has been the talk of 2024, so of course you know how good Caleb Williams is. There are some interesting things about the USC alum that you don't know. What are they? In this video, we'll be going over 10 things you may not know about Caleb Williams. Number 1. Caleb Williams' nickname is Superman. Just like fellow Heisman Trophy winner and former NFL MVP Cam Newton, Caleb Williams has taken on the moniker of the legendary DC superhero Superman. Williams was given this nickname in high school by his teammates due to his absolute cannon of an arm. Fitting, right? Williams has taken on this nickname in all aspects of his life, having it in his Instagram bio, his X bio, and even making the original Superman full-word logo his header on X. Speaking of the Superman logo, in college, Caleb Williams filed for a trademark for a Superman logo with his CW initials instead of Superman's famous S. As we mentioned before, the last guy to take on the label of Superman was Carolina Panthers quarterback Cam Newton. Newton had a pretty good football career, and with Williams winning a Heisman just like Newton did, do you think his career will be anything like Cam's, or will it be even better? 2. Caleb Williams' favorite snack is a bag of Trolley sour gummy worms. I mean, can you blame him? Williams is a big gummy worm guy. When asked what his top 5 favorite snacks are, Williams would give a list that would look like this: Lucky Charms at number 5, Cinnamon Toast Crunch at number 4, Snickerdoodle Little Bite Muffins at number 3, Salt and Vinegar Chips at number 2, but only from Utz, and of course, the Trolley Gummy Worms at number 1. Do any of these snacks resonate with you? Later in the video, we find out what Caleb's pregame meal consists of, but this next fact has been causing fans to freak out. 3. Caleb Williams loves to paint his nails. This one is a controversial topic among some football fans who claim that football players shouldn't be painting their nails, but Caleb Williams could not care less. All throughout his college career, Williams would paint his nails for every game. A smiley face or some nasty words for his opponents, Williams would have a unique look on his nails for every game. His logo even developed from this rifting ritual. Is this the new trending wave? A little bonus fact here, Caleb's biggest pet peeve is people walking weird. I wonder if Caleb is taking a shot at the Patrick Mahomes. 4. Caleb Williams has built a foundation to fight bullying. If you weren't a fan of Caleb Williams before, this might give you something to cheer for. Williams is a big anti-bullying advocate, as all should be. In 2022, he started his own anti-bullying foundation called Caleb Cares. Williams dedicates his time and resources to help eliminate bullying and empower children everywhere. Williams firmly believes in helping the underdog, being quoted as saying this, "Fitting in means you're not standing out. Greatness is formed in our differences. What makes you different today will propel you tomorrow." 5. Caleb Williams listens to only one warm-up song before every game. Yes, one song. And no, it's not something by Kendrick Lamar or Drake, even though Drake is his favorite artist. The song that Caleb Williams warms up to before every single game without fail is Ordinary People by John Legend.
Girl, I'm in love with you, but this ain't the honeymoon.
He's used this song to warm up before every game since 2017. Now, I know what you're thinking. This isn't hype. This isn't warm-up music. Caleb Williams disagrees. He said that he loves using this song to warm up because it's soothing and helps him stay in the moment. 6. Caleb Williams' dad is his hero. Caleb may be Superman on the field, But when you ask him who his hero is, Caleb has pointed to his father as his biggest inspiration and his biggest support system going into the NFL. Not only that, but Carl Williams was heavily involved in Caleb's pre-draft process. Caleb decided not to have an agent going into the NFL, but to have his father by his side instead, as not only his financial advisor, but his business manager as well. Carl Williams has said some very questionable things leading up to the 2024 NFL Draft, including this statement downplaying the NFL draft system. The way the system is constructed, you go to the worst possible situation, the worst possible team, the worst organization in the league, because of their desire for parity, gets the first pick. So it's the gift and the curse. Carl is talking about the Chicago Bears, of course. This type of statement can be potentially detrimental to Caleb's career in Chicago, but Carl clearly just wants what's best for his son. We've seen this be successful in the past, albeit more in front of cameras and in a different sport, with LeVar Ball and his 3 sons, so maybe Carl knows exactly what he's doing. Bears fans, if that quote makes you upset, don't be upset with your franchise quarterback. It's not on his back. 7. Caleb Williams' pregame meal has a very interesting pregame ritual. Yet another fact involving Caleb Williams' pregame routine. Before every single game, on top of listening to John Legend, of course, Williams will load up on snacks, but it will strictly be 2 of everything. He'll eat 2 Uncrustables, 2 ham and cheese sandwiches, 2 drip drops, 2 popcorn chips, etc., etc. After that, Williams will take one more moment to look over film and the playbook. Next, Williams will get one final workout in the morning of the game, followed by his song and the coin toss later in the day. Chicago better get used to seeing things in 2s. Do you think Caleb's diet will rival Tom Brady's? 8. Caleb Williams' hobbies. Caleb has hobbies outside of football. Driving is one of his favorites. He drives a Porsche Taycan. He enjoys showing up to Lakers games and watching NBA stars. If you like the NBA, check out our basketball channel called Halftime Basketball. We'll link it in the comments below. Caleb also plays video games, specifically Call of Duty Warzone. Now, we've seen some NFL players lose focus on football due to Call of Duty in the past, so this begs the question, will Caleb Williams be the next big thing? Or will Caleb Williams be the next Kyler Murray? Hey, no disrespect to Kyler. He packs a punch, but truth be told, players like him have spent a little too much time focusing on their Twitch streams rather than their game. Nobody wants to see Caleb Williams waste his potential focusing on unimportant things. But every player has their vice, a way to rest their minds and bodies away from the game. Caleb has had the privilege of making NIL money, thus seeing a college athlete driving exotic cars is becoming less shocking. 9. Caleb Williams loves ginger beer. I'm going to preface you by telling you what ginger beer even is before getting into his obsession with it. Ginger beer is a usually non-alcoholic carbonated beverage with an intense ginger flavor and a little bit of a spicy kick. Now, how much does Caleb Williams love this stuff? Just ask him.
Whenever I get home, I go straight to the fridge and I grab one of these. It's the first thing I grab. How many I drink can be pretty unhealthy. I drink about 3 of these a day.
He likes them that much. It has a very strong kick, so it's absolutely an acquired taste.
It always gets me on the first sip.
And Caleb didn't even like it at first, but his father really got him into it. Number 10, Caleb Williams requested ownership of whatever team drafted him far before the draft even happened. This one also has to do with Caleb's father, Carl. Caleb and his dad had approached many agents about owning a stake in whatever team would have drafted him, which ultimately ended up being the Chicago Bears while Williams was still in college. Why? Carl wanted to have as much control of Caleb's pro career as possible. Is this ridiculous? What do you think? Going back to Michael Jordan, you may recall he held ownership while playing for the Wizards. But that's Michael Jordan, for crying out loud. But like I said earlier, Carl just wants what's best for his son, even if he has to do it himself. Hopefully, his father's actions and vibrant personality don't turn Caleb Williams into a diva and ruin his NFL career. Some label him the next Patrick Mahomes, but we don't think that is fair. Mahomes is in a tier of his own, and Caleb has his own legacy to build. Are the Williamses being too much, or are we just witnessing the new wave of players entering the NFL with an entitlement attitude? That's it. Bears fans, how do you feel about Caleb Williams being your franchise quarterback? Do these facts throw you off, or do they make you even more excited to root for him? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching The Halftime Show.